TV20 Sports proudly present Washington Capitals Hockey. The road to the Stanley Cup. Road to the Stanley Cup. Tonight's game is sponsored in part by Budweiser. Beechwood Age for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. Your local Volkswagen dealer, where you'll find Parfait Dugan. It's what makes a car a Volkswagen. C&P Telephone Yellow Pages. No other book can match it. C&P Telephone, a Bell Atlantic company. Polaroid One Film. For beautiful pictures, the choice is easy. Masonry Institute. Why settle for siding when you really want brick? And by your National Capital Jeep and Eagle dealer, where you can expect the best.
Tonight, live from Madison Square Garden in New York City, it's the Patrick Division Finals of the Stanley Cup Playoffs here on WDCA TV20. Good evening, everybody. Mike Forns, your play-by-play host, along with Al Koken. The Capitals against the New York Rangers here in Game 1 of the Patrick Division Finals. A round that many people, Al, didn't figure the Capitals to be involved in at all.
And if you read the New York papers, this is a round that a lot of people do not figure the Capitals will get out of. They are definitely the underdogs, and certainly I think the New York Rangers should be more of the favorites in this round than the New Jersey Devils were against the Capitals. The Rangers did finish with the best record by a pretty substantial amount in the Pac Division. But remember, this Ranger team won the Pac Division title with the least number of points of any Pac Division winner. So they are not an insurmountable foe.
I even read one account in the paper today that said that the Capitals would be beaten by the Rangers simply because they would be outcoached. With that, let's head downstairs to the Capitals coach, Terry Murray, who's standing by with Jeff Rimmer.
Thanks, Mike. With us, Coach Terry Murray. And Terry, what's the feeling as this series begins for the Washington Capitals Hockey Club?
Well, going into the series, Jeff, we have a feeling of confidence. We felt that we played well against the New Jersey Devils and executed in all areas, really, maybe with the exception of the power play. We would certainly like to be better on that, but anyway, coming into this series, we feel good. There's a little bit of feeling of inner arrogance there, which is good. As an athlete, you have to have that, and as long as you leave it in the dressing room after the game is over, then I think that's a good characteristic.
What are the keys here now as we match up against the Rangers?
Well, they have some key players that we have to really pay attention to, Jeff. James Patrick, I think, is the key guy for them throughout their team. He is in all situations, power play, penalty killing, even strength. He moves the puck well, logs the puck out of his own end, and we got to watch him very closely. They have two lines that are explosive, potential game breakers at any given time, and so we have to also be very responsible against them. But in turn, I come back and say I don't want to change my game plan a whole lot. You know, it was effective in the previous series. We executed well in all areas, and I just want to keep the same level of play throughout, and hopefully it will happen this way.
One of the keys, certainly for them in their victory over the New York Islanders, was their power play. How can you neutralize that?
Well, Jeff, we're going to have to. We've spent a lot of time talking to our penalty killers and watching tape on Ranger power play, and they executed very well. I just think that we have to be better than what the New York Islanders were. They could have did a better job in their penalty killing, and I thought they really gave them a lot of opportunities to get those quality shots on net, getting a lot of people in front of the screen, and we're going to have to put a little bit more pressure on the shooters, and that's basically all they do in their power play is get three guys in the triangle, tops of the two circles, and the one defenseman right in the middle of the blue line, and they're shooting the puck. They have two guys in front and looking for screens and tips.
Terry, thanks for the visit. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, Jeff.
Caps coach Terry Murray, now back upstairs to Mike Forns and Al Koken.
All right, Jeff. You know the New Jersey Devils, Al, could not stop Dino Ciccarelli. Will the Rangers be able to accomplish that?
Well, the Rangers' major game plan, you heard Terry Murray talk about trying to slow down James Patrick. Obviously, Dino Ciccarelli has got to be the key man to concentrate on when the New York Rangers are trying to play some defense. I think they'll take two tactics. One, they'll use Jan Eriksson up against Dino Ciccarelli, by far the best New York Ranger checker, but then they can go with some physical people. And remember, a couple times this year, we've seen Dino Ciccarelli and Chris King get into some battles. Chris King got Dino provoked enough to get a misconduct in one of the Capital visits here. So I think Roger Nielsen wants Eriksson first and foremost, but King and maybe a guy like Troy Millette, some physical people to bang him at every opportunity.
The big goal scorers for the Rangers that the Caps are looking to try and stop. One of them used to be a Washington Capital.
Well, you know, there is an obviously great individual matchup in this team sport, and that is Dino Ciccarelli against Mike Gartner. The two major players in that trade the Capitals swung 2 years ago at the trading deadline. Gartner had been struggling to get points on the board in the previous playoff round, but picked up a 3-goal hat trick in Game 5 in the clincher, including the game winner. And one of the other things, the Ranger people I talked to said they were extremely pleased with the physical play of Mike Gartner. He was one of the guys doing more hitting than some of the other bigger forwards. And they also add a guy who is very valuable to their offense in Darren Turcotte. We didn't know if he was going to play tonight because of a sprained knee, but he's worked out hard. He will be in the starting lineup tonight. He provides a great third-line center man, and the real key, I think, though, in Turcotte, he is a terrific point man on their power play, a guy with a devastating shot, and when he gets that shot on goal, it really makes things happen for the New York Rangers with the extra man.
The opening face-off of Game 1 of the Patrick Division Finals is coming right up.
Man, what a day. I could sure use a vacation. Yeah, I'd like to be right here.
Ice cold, bud.
Hey, maybe tomorrow we should bring the boss. Nah.
This is a new Passat, Volkswagen's first ever mid-size family sedan. It has air conditioning, tilt steering, and more passenger room than any Volvo. 4-wheel disc brakes, and a more powerful engine than a Honda Accord. All standard, and all for only $14,770. And this is a family of 5 who are about to enjoy the driving experience we call Farfignugan.
Test drive the all-new Passat, now available at your local Volkswagen dealer.
Shot and a goal! Kelly Miller!
There is no substitute for extra effort. For the Caps, extra effort means solid results. And solid results are yours at Northern Virginia's Solid Savings Bank, Providence Savings. Providence offers free checking, ATMs that pay you, 6 different CDs, 5 money market plans, and over 40 home and construction loans. That's extra effort in banking. Providence Savings has 10 offices. Stop in today and let their extra effort give you a solid financial future. Providence Savings, your solid choice.
At Safeway, it's easy to get great produce and the best selection of freshly prepared deli food. At Safeway, it's easy to get oven-fresh baked goods and ocean-fresh seafood. And now it's easier than ever to get all of those things and more, because now Safeway delivers. See the difference Safeway Express Home Delivery makes. Call 1-800-284-7467.
Another drink, bartender.
Drunk drivers often don't live with the consequences.
Square Garden, standing room only this evening for Game 1 of the Patrick Division Finals. Here is Mike Liu. He'll get the call in goal for the Washington Capitals. He's 1-1 in the series against the Devils. 9 goals against during 3 games, a 3.75 average. Don Beaupre will back him up. And the Rangers going with some experience as John Van Beesbrook gets the call. He's 1-1 in 2 appearances. Gave up 5 goals in 2 contests against the Islanders for a 2.13 average. And young Mike Richter will be the backup goalkeeper for New York. The referee this evening is Kerry Fraser. The linesmen are Ray Scapanello and Ron Esseltine. The alternate official tonight is Dan Maruelli, and the off-ice officials for this contest have come from the city of Montreal, where they normally staff games at the Forum with the Montreal Canadiens. Michael Pavanka, all set to go at center ice, leans in against Kissio, wins the draw, and the finals are underway. Scott Stevens flips it back to the New York line, and quickly it's thrown into the crowd. And we'll have a face-off. The Washington Capitals injury-free, although they did call up Alfie Turcotte from their Baltimore Farm Club for this game. He is not dressed for the contest, but was here and skated during the warm-up. Scott Kleinendorst and Rob Murray are not playing in this game, while Roger Nielsen has to contend with a whole host of injuries, some of whom are out for the entire series and the rest of the playoffs. Chris Nyland, a broken arm. That's going to hurt their chances even more, even after you lose somebody like Brian Leach.
Particularly in a series that figures to be very physical. And also add to that, really, guys like David Shaw and Hardy, two very strong, very good defense. Certainly guys who I would say would be in the top 6 of the Ranger defense.
Hardy is still a possibility for later on in the series. Al May tries to center, and off the stick of John Druce, it's covered by Van Beesbroek.
And we have just a minor altercation to begin things with Alan May getting separated. But, Mike, I guess you got to say right now, a little bit of a surprise, possibly from both coaches in their selection of goaltenders. Certainly the biggest prize has got to be Terry Murray's selection of Mike Liut, particularly after all the praise of Don Beaupre, the terrific job that Don Beaupre did, a major role in getting the Capitals to these finals, but Terry Murray feeling Mike Liut is a quality goaltender in his own right. He has got to get him going. If the Capitals are to continue throughout these Stanley Cup playoffs, they have got to get a contribution from Mike Liut. And John Van Beesbroek, who had been playing only on the road games, the 2 road games that the Rangers played at the Nassau Coliseum, gets the call here to start a home game. And Van Beesbroek, of course, the major factor in the Caps' loss to the Rangers in the playoffs in 1986.
The puck cleared back inside the Washington zone, dumped to the corner, and here's Kevin Hatcher back to chase it. He jams up with Mark Janssens in behind the net. Now Rod Langway grabs it for Washington, starts out to Ridley. Comes all the way to center ice, and the Rangers again return the puck to the Washington zone. Hatcher off the backboards, over to Langway. Here's Langway out of the zone to center ice to Mike Ridley. And it's broken up there by James Patrick. He leads it ahead to Janssens on the left wing. Langway takes him out. Into the corner goes Kelly Miller, and Miller hangs on there with Jan Eriksson. Now the puck comes loose right to Langway. Langway behind the goal and feeds it up the boards. Picked off by Eriksson. Eriksson trying to center. Turns and fires, and a save by Liut. A rebound knocked into the net. The red light is on, and there is not going to be a goal allowed here, though. Kerry Fraser has disallowed this goal. It will not count. There's going to be a penalty call coming against New York. You're watching the Stanley Cup playoffs on DC 20.
It's old spirit and new stuff as Wes Unseld's Washington Bullets shoot for a win. With the strength of Liddell Eccles and the talent of Mark Allery, the Bullets will fire away at the Chicago Bulls. Thursday night at 8:30. Catch all the NBA action live only on DC 20 WDCA TV. Thursday night at 8:30.
DC 20, the fun starts here.
Well, this penalty is going to go against Rod Langway of the Capitals for holding. Now, you see the battle around the net. Ridley is working against Eriksson, and there you see Rod Langway holding on to Janssens. Now, apparently that whistle had blown to nullify that goal, because that is the only way. It's impossible to hear anything in this building as loud as this crowd is. But apparently right there, feeling that Mike Liut had made the save, controlled the puck, that's where Kerry Fraser blew the whistle.
Here's a shot deflected up into the crowd and out of play. Roger Nielsen's club on the power play during the series against the Islanders, scoring goals at 32%. They hit 10 times out of 31 chances. That's the best so far of any of the teams involved in the playoffs. And that 10 power play goal total is a series record for the New York Rangers. Penalty killing, the Capitals doing the job 84% of the time against the Devils, killing off 26 of 31.
He puts out 2 separate units as Roger Nielsen. This unit has got Nichols at center, Gardner and Kerry Wilson working the wings with James Patrick and Turcotte on the points. And watch out for Turcotte's shot.
Here's John Druce across the blue line, carries it into the Rangers zone, and now it's taken over there by Patrick. James Patrick rushes the puck to center, throws it back into the Washington zone. Into the corners, Bob Rouse hammers it off the boards, out to center. Kept there by Wilson at the blue line. Apparently kept it in the zone. Here's Wilson back to the point for Turcotte. A shot blocked in front of the net. And before Wilson can get to the rebound, it's cleared all the way back to the Ranger line. John Druce charging ahead on the left wing. Takes it behind the goal. He's bumped on the play, and Patrick comes in to get the puck. And now Nichols throws an elbow at Druce and sends him flying behind the Ranger net. Scott Stevens with a steal just inside the blue line. Leads it out to center ice. Here's Kelly Miller inside the zone. Slap shot blocked. James Patrick dropped in front of that shot. And now Darren Turcotte for New York starts back. Leads it out to center. Turcotte across the line. Fires wide of the Washington net. Up the boards to the point. Now poked to the corner for Ogrodnik. Before Mullen can get to it, there's Hatcher to clear to the blue line. It's kept in there by Moeller. Moeller throws it back to the corner again, and Ridley tries to dig it out. Now Hatcher takes a swing at it, misses, and the puck comes in behind the Washington goal. Scott Stevens leads it off the boards to center ice, and Moeller is there to get it for the Rangers. Headmans the puck to Ogrodnik inside the Washington zone. Now Hatcher takes over, and here comes Hatcher ahead to Pivonka. Long wrist shot, and Van Beesbrook makes the save. Back come the Rangers. Kissio leads the attack to the blue line. He's in across the line with Ogrodnik. Into the corner. A check thrown on the play by Bob Rouse. Now the puck cleared behind the net. Here's Neil Sheehy over to get it. Sheehy for Washington. Out to Berglund. He's hit at center. And Moeller takes over again for the Rangers. Caps in a line change. So are the New Yorkers. The puck cleared back inside the New York zone, and the Rangers, Jan Eriksson has it now on the left wing. He leads it out to Mark Janssens. Janssens to center ice. Throws it back inside the Washington zone. A shot from a bad angle. Held by Liut. And Mike Liut stopping that with his chest, then grabbed it with a catching glove and stops play with 15:59 to go here in this scoreless first period.
Great penalty kill for the Washington Capitals. The Rangers get one shot on goal on that power play. The Capitals with chances. They didn't get a shot on, but Kelly Miller had an opportunity. I don't know if he knew Kevin Hatcher was speeding down the right wing with him on that break. But that is what the Capitals have to do against Roger Nielsen's power play. It's a dangerous group. I think it's going to be one of the keys to the series, how the Capitals can control this New York Ranger power play. And this time they did a great job, kept that power play wide, were aggressive in killing it off, and got some shorthanded opportunities of their own.
Doug Shearer, Stan Wong, and the Capitals training crew have their work cut out for them today. A morning skate all the way over in New Jersey, and then bring all the equipment in here to Madison Square Garden once the circus people got out of the way. Circus in town for the entire month of April at MSG. Here's a shot off the side of the Washington net. Played to the corner. Now to the blue line and chopped to center ice by Steve Leach. Leach feeds it across the line back inside the Ranger zone. Jeff Bloomberg to pick it up for New York. Sends it out of the zone to center ice. Here comes Kerry Wilson into the Washington zone. Drop pass. Chris King walks in. Wilson tries to get a shot off, but Liut leans ahead and pushes that one to Leach. Now cleared across the line back inside the Ranger zone by Bob Joyce. But the Rangers come out on the attack. Turcotte to center. Darren Turcotte flips it ahead for Chris King in the corner. He can't center it. Jammed up by Sheehy on the play. And the puck sent over on the left wing side of the blue line for Bob Joyce. He feeds it ahead to Leach, who dumps it into the Ranger zone as both teams start line changes. This game just 5 minutes old if you're just joining us. No scoring in the game so far. The Rangers have 2 shots on goal. Washington has 1. Against the sideboards, the play called now anyway by linesman Ron Asseltine, and we'll have a face-off coming with 14:46 to go in this scoreless first period.
Read any good books lately? They used to say this one had a lot of characters, but not much plot. No more. This is the Great American Guidebook, The Matchmaker, the C&P Telephone Yellow Pages. Want to read a classic? Take it in your hands and open it. When you see all the new goodies in here, you'll be surprised. So get it off the top of the refrigerator and do a little light reading. The genuine C&P telephone yellow pages. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic company.
Line-changing strategies, I think, going to be a very big part in this game, particularly the games played here at Madison Square Garden. That's something that Roger Neilson loves to do. Right now, he's got Nichols, Millette, and Gartner out there against Berglund, Druce, and May. That's, I know, what Neilson wanted. He feels that is an advantage, that he could get that dangerous line loose and not have to put them up against one of the top two Capital lines. The top lines with Ridley, Cicerelli, and Miller, and also Hunter, Portnoy, and either John Druce or John Tucker.
Berglund leans in for the draw, but it's won by the Rangers' Nichols. Now poked back to center ice, and Scott Stevens fires back into the New York end. Played off the glass, but right onto the stick of Alan May. Here's May dumping it back inside the New York zone. Taken behind the net by Moeller. He leads it ahead to center. Nichols in across the line, back into the Washington zone. Into the corner goes Mike Gartner, takes it behind the net. Gartner turns, has it taken away, and he's leveled by Berglund. Out of the zone, Al May to center ice. Throws it across the line back inside the New York Rangers zone. Now the puck goes out of play into the seats in behind the net, and we get some pushing and shoving to the right of John Vanbiesbrouck.
I think John Druce is still got to be a little upset about an elbow he took during the Ranger power play from Bernie Nichols. And he gets in there and has some words with that man, Moeller. And then watch number 44, Lindy Rupp, come in from behind. It's May and Moeller first. Drew steps in. Now watch from behind, Lindy Rupp. This is the sort of stuff that the referee, in this case, Kerry Fraser, has got to crack down early on. Here, Tim Berglund is taking out Mike Gartner, catching him with his head down a bit. He was on his way down after he tripped over a stick. The Capitals very cognizant of the speed of Mike Gartner, and what they want to try and do is continue to force Mike Gartner to make a move towards the middle. Lay back on him. Don't let him get a step on you to the outside. That seems to be the area where Mike Gartner scores most of his goals. You remember his days as a Capital, he'd put his head down to get that outside move and that hard shot coming off the wing. Capitals either need to force him literally against the boards or try and force him to go inside where he doesn't like to operate. Of course, I think the best thing Gartner needs to do is make a couple of those inside moves pay off for him and get that room that he knows the Capitals are denying.
Roughing calls to Druce and Rupp at 6:03 of the first period. Here's a slap shot, knocked down. Vanbiesbrouck the save, and the puck cleared up the boards for Mark Janssens on the right wing. He brings it too far, and Hatcher plays it back out to center ice. Now Jan Eriksson walking in alone and fires. Liut makes the stick save. Now here's Calle Johansson up on right wing. Gives it to Dino Cicerelli. Led ahead to Mike Ridley across the line. In alone, a backhand shot. And Miller is stopped by Vanbiesbrouck. The puck goes to the corner. Cleared out of the zone to center ice. The first clear-cut scoring opportunity for Washington, and Kelly Miller is stopped by Vanbiesbrouck on a one-on-one. Here's Cicerelli to try and dig it out, back into the corner. Jams up on the play. The puck cleared out of the zone to center ice, and Langway's back to get it at his own blue line. Rod Langway ahead for Cicerelli. In across the line to Courtnall. We have a penalty call coming up, a delayed call against New York, and this will be interference against the Rangers at 7:13 of the first period. The Capitals have the power play coming up.
Be your little cheaper dealer, come see what's new. Let the little cheaper hatch a deal for you.
Criswell Chevrolet Geo Lotus, Washington's little cheaper dealer, is selling their 750 car inventory for chicken feed. Criswell's Corvettes, Luminas, Geos, Blazers, and conversion vans won't last long. Criswell is now accepting orders for the Lotus Elan.
Hey, you can talk turkey for chicken feed. A little bit of scratch is all you need.
Well, the Caps were going to have a power play. Kelly Kissio is going to get an interference call. We're still waiting to see if they're going to get one because Neil Sheehy and Randy Moeller are both in the penalty boxes. And we'll see if it's just misconducts, any minors, any extra time. Kelly Miller stopped on a great opportunity by John Vanbiesbrouck, and Kerry Fraser talking to both coaches right now, telling them he's not going to allow this nonsense to go on. Miller cutting in, makes the move, tries to tuck it between the pads, and John Van Beesbrook sprawling out with a spectacular save for the first good scoring opportunity for the Capitals.
Unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, minor calls at 7:13 of the first period to Sheehy and Moeller. And then Kissio gets 2 for interference. So Washington still comes out of it with a power play advantage.
Well, it'll give us an opportunity for our Circuit City Power Play contest. Contestant number 1, Eric Montgomery of Washington. Now, Eric has chosen Calle Johansson as the Caps player to score on this power play. If Calle Johansson scores for you, Eric, you receive a video or stereo unit courtesy of Circuit City.
Hatcher's on the ice right now with Stevens on the blue line. Tucker up front with Courtnall and Hunter. Here's Courtnall walking in, fires, and a save by Van Beesbrook. And Hunter could not find the rebound just to the side of the net. The puck cleared all the way down the ice by the Ranger penalty killers, and now Erickson heads off with Jansen. Here comes Stevens. Up ahead to Tucker. Gets across the blue line. Stolen puck. Cleared to the point. Kept in by Tucker. He gives it over to Hunter. Dale Hunter checked on the play. It goes to the side of the net. Here's Courtnall trying to wrap it around. Now goes all the way to the corner. Skates to the point. Passes it to Hatcher. Back to Courtnall. In behind the net to Tucker. Tucker trying to center, and the Rangers again get the clearing job done. A minute 5 left in the penalty call to Kissio. Washington's power play at 14% during the Devil series. The Ranger penalty killers did an 85% job during their series against the Islanders.
And Mike, during the regular season, the Capitals had an awful time on the power play against New York. They were only 3 for 37 chances. That's an 8.2 percentage.
Roger Nielsen, the Ranger coach, says this one will come down to special teams play. He feels both clubs are very well matched otherwise. Here's Bloomberg. Plays it up the boards and all the way down the ice. Liut, a quick pass out. Ahead to Johansson, who's out there, and it's stolen. And Turcotte gets to the blue line of Washington. Darren Turcotte into the corner. Johansson stays with him. Takes it behind the net. Only 12 seconds left on the Washington power play. Here comes Wrigley. Out to center ice. Right side for Bob Rouse. Rouse over to Hatcher. Ranger forecheckers keep the Capitals inside the Washington zone. And Rouse moves it ahead off the skates of Pavanka. The penalty's over. And now Kissio's back out there. The Rangers are at full strength. Kissio across the line. Challenged by Hatcher and knocked to the ice. Here's Pavanka to make the play. Up the right wing for Ciccarelli. Dino Ciccarelli to center ice. Long shot. It's on goal, and Van Beesbrook has the pad save. Caps have outshot the Rangers 8-3 at this point in the game, but there's no score. Here's Liut with a glove save. Now he's bumped against the back of the net. More pressure now in the Washington zone. Lineway carries to the corner. Hit there. Kissio leaves it in the corner as the two captains collide. Now Lineway skates out with a puck. Here comes Rod Lineway. Up the center. Sends it across the Ranger line. Alan May held up at the side of the New York net. And the puck cleared all the way down. This will be an icing call against the Rangers as Rouse is back to get it. The Caps and the Rangers scoreless midway through the first period.
They told Al Riley to search for the truth.
A setup. Mike Brennan is the best cop I ever saw.
But they never expected him to find it.
There's no statute of limitations on murder.
If it's not the Q&A, it didn't happen.
You can always find somebody to set you up, right?
Nick Nolte, Timothy Hutton, Armand Assante, a Sidney Lumet film, Q&A, rated R.
Starts Friday, April 27th at a theater near you.
Play underway now on the sideboards inside the Ranger zone. Gartner plays it to the point, but not out. Courtnall keeps it in. He shoots wide of the New York goal. Back out to center ice, and here's Bob Rouse. Dumps it across the line. Moeller back to get it for the Rangers. Off the skates of Gardner. It goes all the way down the ice. And back is Scott Stevens to get it. Lead pass to center off the stick of Hunter. And taken back inside the Ranger zone. Here comes Normand Rochefort with the puck for New York up to center. Drives it into the Washington end. Back to the point. Here comes Jeff Bloomberg. A slap shot. They score! Nichols on the deflection. And he makes it 1-0 Rangers.
Classic Bernie Nichols, but Bloomberg makes the play. Look how it walks all the way up the boards from that dump in at the other side by Rochefort. He gets some traffic in front, and there's Bernie Nichols getting that stick right on top of the puck. And I think that play was made really by Rochefort. He was fighting off some checks, just dumped it in, and these lively boards kept it going along. Bloomberg stepped into it at the other point and put a perfect shot on the direction of Bernie Nichols' stick. The type of shot that a goal scorer like Bernie Nichols loves to handle. He wants that type of shot low, right down on the ice. It's exactly tailor-made for his type of game. And remember how in the New Jersey series, the team that scored first in every game proved to be the winner. So that could be a huge goal that the Rangers just put on the board.
11:04, the time of the Ranger goal. It's the fourth of the playoffs for Nichols. Bloomberg gets the assist. Here's a centering pass right in front. It gets away from Pavanka as he takes a swing at it. Now back into the corner. The puck sent out front for Bob Joyce, and he throws it into the other corner. Now it's played out to center. Grabbed there by Johansson. Back into the Ranger zone. Outside the line. Here comes Druce. In across the line for Hatcher. Hatcher takes it behind the net. Tries to wrap it around. They crash the net. And the whistle blows as the puck goes to the corner.
Well, if you were shut out and your chance to get tickets the other night to see that spectacular Game 6 at the Capitol Center, the way to guarantee yourself a seat for the entire Capitol Playoff Series is to put down a deposit on a season ticket or a partial plan for next year. If you'd like more information on how to do that, Cap sales reps are standing by right now to answer your questions at 386-7080. That's 386-7080.
Normand Rochefort gets the other assist on the Nichols goal. Rochefort and Bloomberg putting Van Beesbrook into a 1-0 lead with his team. And as they crash into the nets, it appears now that one of the magnetic posts has come off. They're going to do some work on that. So a bit of a delay here as Van Beesbrook watches the work being done in behind the Ranger goal. Back with more from Madison Square Garden in just a moment.
April 27th at a theater near you.
So, how come you look so much like trouble?
I am trouble. I work out for a living. I'm bad. You know why I look good? Because I do a half-hour workout every other day. You get aerobic, you get muscles, you get strength. This could be really hip.
Get started on a summer body now at Bally's Holiday. These are the final days to get 25% off any new renewable membership. Call 1-800-FEEL-FIT.
Yeah, I mean, 30 minutes just isn't that much to donate to your body. Get pumping.
Face off to the right of Van Beesbrook. The Rangers get the draw, and here they come to center. Ogrodnik with it back at his own line. Throws out to center ice, and Neil Sheehy dumps it right back into the Ranger zone. New York leads 1-0. Steve Leach in to throw a check. The puck comes loose and is cleared by Kissio out of the zone, to the zone, but it's at the point kept in by May. Alan May along the sideboards. Knocked to the ice there by Kissio in the corner. They go behind the goal. Berglund throws a hit on Lindy Ruff. May plays it up the corner boards. Here's Berglund with the puck. He turns it over to Leach. He's knocked to the ice by Kissio as he sends the shot wide. Now back in the corner. Neil Sheehy has it poked loose, and all the way out to center it comes. Langway's back to get it. Washington's Rod Langway. Ahead for Steve Leach. Taken over now by Ogrodnik. At center, picked off, and Leach comes in across the line again. Here's Steve Leach on the right wing. Tries to center it. That's knocked down. Ridley reaches for the puck, but has it cleared. And it's played back out to the center line. Scott Stevens trying to hold up Brian Mullen there. Mullen checked by Sheehy, and Stevens has the puck in behind the goal. Leads a pass out to the center line, and now it's taken by Rochefort, and Rochefort dumps it back into the Washington zone. Rangers leading 1-0, 6:40 to go, first period. Mike Fornes with Al Koken and Jeff Rimmer here from Madison Square Garden in New York. Erickson to the Washington blue line. Held up by Ridley on the play. The puck comes out to Kelly Miller. Here's Miller across the line. Drop past Ciccarelli. Ciccarelli leads it over on the right wing, and Rouse throws it into the corner. Ridley back to try and get it. James Patrick plays it up the boards. To the point, Ciccarelli keeps it in there. Throws it in behind the net. And now here's Ridley with the puck behind the New York goal. Van Beesbrook takes a swing at Miller, who is parked at the side of the net. Here's a centering pass, and he couldn't find Ridley with it. And the Rangers again clear it. It comes all the way back inside the Washington zone. Both teams change up the lines. Here's Bob Rouse ahead off the stick of Ciccarelli. And now Troy Millette starts to push and shove with Rouse out at center ice. And the linesmen get in there in a hurry to keep those two apart.
Be sure to be with WDCA TV 20 on Saturday night for Game 2 of this Patriot Division Final Series between the Caps and the Rangers. We'll be right back here at Madison Square Garden at 8:30 p.m. That's an hour later than our normal starts. It's 8:30 p.m. right here on WDCA TV 20.
Troy Millette had 27 minutes in penalties during the Islanders series. Far and away the most of anybody on the Rangers.
Well, here's this good Ranger defensive coverage. Look how quickly they're trying to cover up on Ciccarelli. And there's that little move. Jansen thought he had him. Erickson is over there, but look where Dino is. He's on the left wing. He's on the right wing side, cutting down the slot. This is the danger, and Mike Ridley almost got him set up in a perfect spot, just a little bit behind him. But that is the trouble you have when you're trying to play Dino Ciccarelli. It's one thing to say, well, I'll put a very good left winger out against him, but with Dino going all over the ice, it's almost impossible for one man to shut him down. That's why everybody on the ice has got to be cognizant of where he is.
Bernie Nichols in the corner now for the Rangers, ahead to Mike Gartner on right wing. He leads it out to center ice. Millette throws it across the line. Langway in the corner. But Courtnall gets there first and leads it ahead to Hunter. Off the skate of Hatcher out to center. Taken back by Ron Greshner. And all the way back inside the Washington zone. Liut kicks it aside. Here's Hatcher to pick it up. Kevin Hatcher with the puck. Moves to his own blue line. A pass to Courtnall. Stolen. And picked up now by Hatcher. Again taken away. And Nichols throws it back into the Washington zone. Langway leads it ahead to Tucker. He goes left side. Courtnall, a slap shot. It's blocked and taken over by Lindy Ruff of New York. Ruff clears it all the way back to the Washington blue line. Here's Hatcher over to Scott Stevens. Ahead to Steve Leach. Leach across the line. Drops a pass for Courtnall, but Gartner has easy pickings there and starts back to center. Up to Nichols. Now we've got a slashing penalty call coming, and Sheehy and Millette are talking things over as linesman Ron Asseltine is there to try and keep them apart. We'll see if Kerry Fraser has any more penalty calls as Leach and Millette start to push and shove, but first we'll step out for these words.
Advantage Jeep vehicles. Others copy, none compare. Advantage Eagle. New looks in performing art. Advantage Savings. Guaranteed cash back on Jeep Cherokees. New Eagle Premieres. Hot new Eagle Challenges. And Jeep Wranglers. During the Guaranteed Advantage Sellathon, the only advantage you don't have is time.
See your National Capital Area Jeep and Eagle dealer, where you can expect the best.
Terry Murray's Capitals given another opportunity to equal the score up. 1-0 lead now for the Rangers. Gartner in the box for slashing 15-27. Washington power play. They got 2 shots on goal during their last power play. One thing I've seen so far tonight, Mike, is, well, Van Beesbrook has been extremely sharp. He's also seemed to be giving up some live rebounds. These rebounds have been coming out very hard up into the slot area in particular. It doesn't look like he's making saves and controlling the rebounds right now. And we'll see if the Capitals can take any advantage of that.
Michael Pavanka has the puck back in the Washington zone. He leads it ahead on the right wing to Kevin Hatcher. Hatcher out to center ice. Mike Ridley over to Johansson, a slap shot blocked by James Patrick. And the puck contained now by Pavanka. Right in front it goes. Here's a shot on net. Save Van Beesbrook. And the rebound clear to the corner. James Patrick starts back for New York. The shorthanded Rangers dump it across the line. And Johansson is back to get it as New York change up. Now Pavanka to center. Left side it goes over to Hatcher. Hatcher's pass right out front. Pavanka a shot. Kick save Van Beesbrook. Again, here come the Rangers shorthanded. Mullen throws it on goal, and Liut reaches out with his stick and clears it ahead for Pavanka. Michael Pavanka drives it into the Ranger zone as the Capitals complete a line change. Now Moeller in the corner. Back to the point, kept in by Scott Stevens. Over to Hunter. And cleared all the way down the ice. Seconds to go in the Washington power play. Here's Rouse. Too far for Tucker. Courtnall nearly stole it. Now Hunter does steal. He throws it in behind the net. And Beesbrook makes the play up the corner boards. Taken there by Erickson. Another penalty call coming. This is going to be against Washington for hooking. And there will go the Capitals' remaining 24 seconds of power play time as Dale Hunter now has a seat in the penalty box at 17:03 in the first period.
Well, the very first moments of this Capital power play, they got Dino Ciccarelli around the side of the net with a couple whacks at it. You hear they're saying Hunter hooked up Jan Erickson. Slows him up once, slows him up a second time, then he goes down to the ice, and that is what gets the call from Kerry Fraser. But the Rangers have to feel good right now. Dino Ciccarelli in a very dangerous spot. Very first moments of that power play, two pretty good whacks at it. John Van Beesbrook coming up with a save both times. Capitals out shooting New York 14-6 at this point. The Rangers, though, with the 1-0 lead. 24 seconds left on the Gartner call, and now Hunter begins to serve his 2-minute minors with 2:57 left in the first period. Caps getting 3 shots on goal on that power play. So far, with their 2 power play chances, 5 shots on John Van Beesbrook.
Scott Stevens taking his time back in his own end. Passes it over to Rouse. Only 10 seconds left in the Gartner penalty. Caps seem content to wait out some of this 4-on-4 time. Over on the right wing, here's Rouse across the line. Penalties over to Gartner. Rangers at full strength. Slap shot. On goal. Rebound. Kicked wide. Bruce had the initial shot from out at the point. Now here's Nichols turning it loose to center ice. Mike Gartner pinned against the sideboards by Rouse and gets a shot from Gartner to the head. Rouse giving him the stick back. The whistle blows and play is called. And a little warning there from Kerry Fraser to both those players, Mike Gartner and Bob Rouse.
Mike Gartner saying he knows this will be an emotional series. He's trying to downplay things, saying, look, the trade is once removed. He's already been traded a second time. But there's no question that he feels he, along, I guess you could also probably include Pete Peters and a number of other guys in this category, have been unfairly blamed for the Capitals' misery come playoff time. The fact that they have never advanced out of the Patrick division. Mike Gartner certainly with some tremendous regular season goal-scoring totals, and those totals were not there come playoff time. You can say that about almost everybody on that Capital team, as it always seemed the offense and the defense would let the Capitals down at critical junctures.
Ridley tries to hold up Nichols, but the centering pass comes right out front. Liut kicks it away. And now the faceoff will be held in the Washington zone as the puck goes out of play. With 1:45 to go in the period and 48 seconds remaining in the Dale Hunter penalty.
Talk about a guy who's responded to a challenge with Brian Leetch out for the rest of the year. because of a severely broken leg. James Patrick saw his ice time dramatically increase. He's back there, has to rush the puck in all offensive role. He's also got to be the key defenseman because of all the other injuries to people like David Shaw and Mark Hardy. So this man has been under the gun, but what a great playoff series he had against the Islanders with 2 goals and 5 assists.
At the point, here's Darren Turcotte centering it. Liut makes the save, and the rebound is covered up. The whistle blows, stopping play as Mike Liut snuffs out that Ranger rally with a man advantage.
You see Kissio scrambling in front along with Ogrodnik. The Rangers, Kissio wins this draw, and look how quickly the Rangers get it from point to point. But look at that player movement. Everybody starts moving over there towards those left boards, and that pass then coming in from Turcotte, finding Ogrodnik right down in the middle of that slot. And that is terrific power play movement. Not just the puck, but the people as well. You get your personnel moving in the right spots. You got good talent and point people to find them. Like that time, Turcotte finding Ogrodnik in the slot.
James Patrick moves it ahead to Kissio at center ice. Kelly Kissio in across the line to Mullen. Mullen drifts it wide of the net. It gets away from Ogrodnik in the corner. Back on the Capitals. Here's Kelly Miller to center. That's across the blue line. Miller throws it into the corner. Caps starting a line change. Hatcher heads to the bench. Now so does Miller. We're in the final minute of play in the period. The penalty's over now to Hunter, and he is back on the ice. Washington's at full strength. Puck thrown in behind the net. Scott Stevens pokes it to the corner. Dino Ciccarelli over after. Back to the point. Kept in. And taken over behind the net by Sheehy. Neil Sheehy up the boards. And out to Pavanka. Throws it all the way to neutral ice. Back to the Washington line. 30 seconds left in the period. Delayed offside, waved off as the puck cleared to center, and now Sheehy drives it in from center ice. Lead pass, Mark Jansen's into the Washington zone, taken over by Sheehy. He flips to center. Ciccarelli waiting on the puck. It never got to him. Time running out in the period. Hunter back into the corner. To Scott Stevens, winds up and slams it all the way down right at the buzzer. And after 20 minutes of play, the Rangers leading 1-0 on the tip-in goal by Bernie Nichols. Shots on goal in the first period. Washington 15 and the New York Rangers 8. More live exclusive Stanley Cup playoff coverage coming your way right after these messages here on WDCA TV 20.